centers for the last 20 years, and then they really realized that to work with the children, to get the optimum out of the children, they needed to have the children for more than 2 hours. And we realized the best place to get the children is getting them into the schools. And that's the reason why we got into the school. And Akanksha basically provides them an exposure for excellent education. When we teach, it's not only about it's not only a blackboard teaching, it's more about a holistic teaching. The salaries of the teachers, the teacher training, everything, the teaching aids, everything are being paid by Akanksha. And so this was a school where there were 2 BMC teachers running the school, and they would keep all the kids in 1-2 classes, and they would run the school. So like first, second, third were in one class. The junior KG was in one class. When I took over, we actually recruited almost 100 kids that year. And the second year I got another 100, and now my strength is around about 370. So kids could come to any time to the school, kids would go away anytime they wanted. Kids would not be coming to school for a month, and now nobody was bothered. But one thing that we did was, when we came to school, is we made a contract between the parent and me as a school leader, wherein on the parents' part, the investment was that they will see to it that their kid comes every day to school on the time that has been the school timings. If the child is 10 minutes late, and if it is not for a valid reason, then the parent will have to wait back for those 10 minutes. If the child misses school for a day, then the parent has to wait back in the school for 1 day the next day. So with these contracts signed, everything was very, very cool when we started the school. But just in a week, we realized that kids were not coming on time, and we started warning them. We started announcing that the school time should be there, but they did not come there. And then it was like there was a big parents are very upset with us, saying that why are we keeping them back? They said it's the kid's fault, you punish the kid. Why don't you slap the kid if the kid is late? Whereas I felt no, it's not the kid's fault, it is you have to decide whether the kid has to come or not, and it's your responsibility. We actually would get almost 50 to 60 kids every day from the community. So as soon as the school timing would start, we would send all our helpers back into the community and the social worker, and we would get the children. But looking back, I feel that after going through all this, at the end of the first year, my school attendance was 97%. And every year it has been between 97 and 96. So I know I think that's something. So I think the faith the kids have, the belief that they have in us, and I want to ensure that the trust is always there, for them to have in me and my teachers. Then they all are related to each other. The way they live in a very tiny hole. Honestly, I'm saying like 20 people living in that tiny cubicle sort of thing. But I think what has come staying over there is sharing. It's like a typical village if you go into my community. The thing is, they are conservatory workers, but I think they live in faith. That's one thing I really want to change in my community. When we joined the school, and I would ask my kids, what would you like to do? Where will you be? Where do you think you'll be? 10 years, 10, 20 years hence? And they all said, we are going to be in the BMC, and we are going to take up my father's job, or my job, or I'm going to work in the hospital as an ayah, and this is what the job was that they knew about. And now you ask my children, they say, I'm going to be a scientist, I'm going to be this. I know, I don't know if they're going to be or not, I don't know, but at least they are aspiring for that. So Bhavika comes from a broken family. It's cast even in the community, unfortunately. So people don't have a good, the children don't treat the mother or Bhavika in a positive way. So nobody used to play with her. She was a dirty, disheveled girl when she used to come to school. I would take her to the washroom, I would wash her face and her nose, and I used to tie her hair very properly. Because I somehow felt that the reason why it's nothing about education, but it's because of the overall appearance of the kid, was why she was not liked by other kids. So I use my circle time a lot for these things. A long way, and I know she's going to go a long way.
Coming to school.
boy who was not accepted in the class at the time was Rohan. Like Rohan for me is like he comes from a family of musicians, you know, he's from that same community, but they are this dhol players. Dhol. His father has got a band and they play dhol in Navratri and you know in functions. And I know he wants to learn. I know he has it. The only thing is, unfortunately, his basic skills were not. He was not ready for salary. So there was this fight with Rohan's father and the other parents, and it did like it was something over Ganpati or yeah, it was over Ganpati Visarjan or something, and the guy put such an ugly. They were witness. They were playing outside on a Sunday afternoon, and they saw people coming in like you know tempos and with swords and you know hockey sticks and hitting you know like innocent people and like whoever they caught, and they were watching all those things. So they also have seen something.
Comme le sable glisse.
Hey, hi, hi, oh, hi, hi, hi. Hey.